What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the TYSK report. This is MMC, and I'll be bringing you the things you should know happening in the world of technology. Let's get right into these articles on the docket. In the first article, Mill's updated bin will turn your food waste into chicken feed before breakfast. Mill, a food waste startup, is releasing an entirely new design of its bin that grinds and dries scraps, turning it into compost-like grounds that can feed plants and chickens alike. The new bin looks similar to the old one, a sleek take on a classic kitchen decor, but the design has been tweaked and the internals have been revamped, Mill's co-founder Matt Rogers told TechCrunch. The inside is completely redesigned, Rogers said. It's just a lot more energy efficient, a lot faster. Where the previous design could take 20 hours to complete a cycle of grinding and drying, Rogers said the new one should be done by breakfast. Mill initially offered its bin only through a subscription, but in recent weeks it quietly added the option to purchase one outright for $999, pricing that carries over to the new model. The subscription cost has gotten cheaper when billed annually, down $36 to $360, but more expensive when billed month to month, $50 up from $45. Anyone can try it for 30 days for free. So this is a great use of technology, and I believe with this type of product that Mill has built, it would be very beneficial for farmers and people who use compost often. Also, if Mill had a bigger machine like this, I can imagine how much they could receive and how well they would do with restaurants or fast food services who throw out a lot of food each day. So that could be something that this company might look into later on down the road, or that might have planned later on down the road. But if you decide you want to go this route and you find yourself wasting a lot of food, definitely look more into this product, because this can be very helpful to utilize unused food in a great way. Here in the next article, Toyota wants hydrogen to succeed so bad it's practically paying people to buy the Mirai. Who wants a nearly free car? If you hurry, you can get $40,000 off a 2023 Toyota Mirai Limited, a fuel cell vehicle that retails for $66,000. When you factor in the $15,000 in free hydrogen over 6 years and the available 0% interest loan, the new car would run you just $11,000. That's how much it costs Toyota to make the vehicle's fuel cell stack alone. According to the most recent estimate, you buy the fuel cell, Toyota pays the rest of the car. Toyota's discount comes on the heels of Shell's announcement 3 weeks ago that it's closing its hydrogen filling stations in California. Granted, the oil company only had 7 to begin with, 5 of which have been out of order, but that still represents more than 10% of the Golden State stations, nearly all of which are clustered around Los Angeles and San Francisco. Of those that remain, about a quarter are offline, according to the Hydrogen Fuel Cell Partnership. The crossover 17.7 kilowatt battery provides 29 miles of electric-only range, and once that's spent, the front-mounted fuel cell starts sipping hydrogen from a pair of carbon fiber tanks. One tank sits under the rear seat, the other behind, where it takes up an inordinate amount of trunk space. So from my perspective, fuel cell vehicles are going to be here way down the road, and we still have to build out the EV infrastructure and make sure that will be as convenient as gas stations. So I think that is something that Toyota might see and may start to pivot more towards making sure they establish themselves and building out their EV fleet. But then also, everyone loves progression, or they love the next big thing. So who knows if some company could come along and find a way to make these fuel cell vehicles come to fruition a lot sooner than expected. Here in our next article, SetApp is opening its subscription-only iOS app store. One of the first third-party app stores on iOS is getting ready to open up in the European Union. The software company MacPaw's has announced that it's releasing its SetApp store in beta on Thursday, with an official launch planned for April. SetApp is currently only available on Mac OS and offers users access to over 240 third-party apps for a $9.99 per month subscription. Some examples of the curated apps available through SetApp include music software InTrack Studio, Project Planner MindNode, and the productivity app Session. The new App Store on iOS will feature a carefully selected assortment of apps, including fan favorites from the SetApp catalog In addition to productivity and business tools, Set app on iOS will also offer design software, utility apps, productivity services, and more. Apple's previous rules against side loading made it impossible for third-party app marketplaces to operate on the iPhone. Set app in particular offers a unique approach to the App Store business as it makes all of its apps available through a single monthly subscription instead of having users pay individual fees for the apps they want. So it looks like with Set app, it's going to be very beneficial for users, and I'll keep you updated on any Set app news that might come in the future, just to see how things progress with this company. In this article, Inkitt, the self-publishing platform, using AI to develop bestsellers, nabs $37 million. Everyone has a story in them, as someone famous once said. A startup called Inkitt believes that it can use AI to turn the strongest of these into blockbusters to build a new Disney for the 21st century around that content. Now it's raised $37 million in aid of that ambition. The startup's eponymous app lets people self-publish stories, and then, using AI and data science, it selects what it believes are the most compelling of those to tweak and subsequently distribute and sell on a second app, Galatea, or I believe it's Galatea, however you pronounce that one. Its business has already attracted 33 million users and dozens of bestsellers, the company said. The new funding that it's raised, a Series C, will be used to expand the kind of content it produces, AI to write stories based on your original ideas, and to produce versions of its fiction personalized for specific readers, a move into games and audiobooks, and more video content adapted from fiction published on its platform, video that is produced with humans today but will eventually also be generated using AI. So this is a very cool concept from Inkitt, and this could be very beneficial for creative writers. So if you're a creative writer out there, you could potentially have the next story that could be the next big TV show or the next big movie. So this is just something to consider and look into and be on the lookout for, because you never know where those stories that you've been creating or that you plan to create can take you. In this article, Biden administration is investigating security threats from Chinese vehicles. The U.S. government is opening an investigation into the potential risk to national security posed by smart car technology produced in China and other countries of concern. The U.S. Commerce Department's probe will focus on connected vehicles, a broad term that can be applied to any car with internet access, amid concerns that technology like cameras, sensors, and onboard computers could be exploited to collect sensitive data about U.S. citizens and infrastructure. During a call with reporters on Wednesday, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo said that the investigation has been launched before Chinese manufactured vehicles become widespread across the U.S. Imagine if there were thousands of Chinese vehicles on American roads that could be immediately disabled by somebody in Beijing, Raimondo said later, adding that it doesn't take a lot of imagination to figure out how a foreign adversary like China, with access to this sort of information at scale, could pose a serious risk for national security and the privacy of U.S. citizens. While no immediate restrictions are being put in place, administration officials told reporters on Wednesday that the investigation may lead to new regulations that could restrict or prohibit certain vehicle parts from being used in the U.S. Such action would mirror trade restrictions placed against companies like Huawei over national security concerns that the telecom giant could be exploited by the Chinese government for espionage. So that was just some updated tech news from the Biden administration. These were some great articles. So these are just things to be on the lookout for and to be aware of what's happening in the world of technology. But continue to look more into these videos and learn more about what's happening. And check out these old videos right here where I brought you information about the things you should know happening in the world of technology.